children are inside the building as well. So is Catherine Jackson, Joe Jackson's mother. And Brian, this is a family which has had many problems. A family which is separated in many ways. Joe Jackson and Catherine Jackson live apart. He lives in Vegas. She lives in California. They have been for I think about 10 years or so. And yet they are united in this terrible tragedy.
Well, it is sad it's a tragedy to bring them back in, but they were together a few months ago for a celebration of Joe and Catherine's marriage in Las Vegas. In fact, they said it was their first anniversary party they'd done. So this is a long-standing family that came out of Gary, Indiana. It was a steelworker, and Catherine, the Jehovah's Witness, who were very religious, very spiritual, and in fact raised the children to really honor their families. And even through the struggles, I've heard reports about how difficult it was sometimes in rehearsals. I told me that Joe would never beat him during the rehearsals, but only afterwards, and he laughed and giggled. Then he went on to talk about how important Joe was in teaching him discipline, and teaching him how to perform. That's what to me. He said, Joseph taught me never let the audience see you cry. And that emotional connection was there. Joseph had his own group called the Falcons when he was growing up. So he learned about staging and learned about performance from that.
And Roland, we heard from Jermaine Jackson on Larry King Live the other day say that he learned that something had happened to Michael Jackson, actually from a call he got from CNN when he was driving. You also talked to one of Michael Jackson's other brothers who told you about the moment he heard about Michael Jackson's death.
Marlon Jackson. He said that his daughter was watching television and he was upstairs. He now lives in Georgia, and his daughter said, "Dad, they said Uncle Mike is dead." And Marlon said, "Well, that surely can't be true." And he said he then called Frank DeLeo, Michael Jackson's manager, and he confirmed it. And he said that's when he found out. And so when I talked to him, he said that he was walking around in a daze. He was simply stunned to think that he was dead. And in fact, Marlon said the last time most of the family members saw Michael was on May 14th at that family gathering. And he said he was absolutely wonderful. He was sweet. He was there with his children. The reports about him being in a wheelchair, he said wasn't true. He said he was looking great.
Okay.
They enjoyed it.
Let's go inside. Let me just interrupt. Let's go to the stage inside the Staples Center. Smokey Robinson.
I want you to know that even though I am not there at the Staples Center, I am there in my heart. I've decided to pause and be silent. This feels right for me. Michael was a personal love of mine, a treasured part of my world, part of the fabric of my life, in a way that I can't seem to find words to express. Michael wanted me to be there for his children, and I will be there if they ever need me. I hope today brings closure for all those who loved him. Thank you, Catherine and Joe, for sharing your son with the world and with me. I send my love and condolences to the Jackson family. Diana Ross. Dear Jackson family, it is with great sadness that we learned of the untimely death of Michael Jackson. Michael became close to us after he started visiting and performing in South Africa regularly. We grew fond of him, and he became a close member of our family. We had great admiration for his talent and that he was able to triumph over tragedy on so many occasions in his life. Michael was a giant and a legend in the music industry, and we mourn with the millions of fans worldwide. We also mourn with his family and his friends over the loss of our dear friend. He will be missed.